time. Want my love all night. Telling me lies. Baby, stop telling me lies.
It is literally a whiteout outside right now. Like, the snow is going crazy. The snow's literally insane. Like, you can barely see outside. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I can't believe we are so close to 2026. I remember being in high school and even like at the beginning of uni and thinking about 2026, mainly because 2026 is the year I turned 25 and I feel like that's a really big milestone. But also just like 2026 sounds like a weird year, and I remember it feeling so far away. So the fact that we are literal days and hours away from the new year feels a little surreal. And like, I remember thinking about this year in particular, for some reason, this number and this year feeling so far away and like being one that stuck out in my brain. But it is finally time to sit down, do some goal planning, do some reflecting, and make my New Year's vision board. But hello, my beautiful people, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Vanessa, and this year's reset and New Year's vision boarding goal setting video is going to be a lot of it different than the one that I've done for the last, honestly, I think it's been like 4 years in a row. I filmed the exact same type of reset vlog video, and this year's I wanted it to be a little bit different. I have been feeling some extreme burnout. The last 2 months have been some of the hardest months for me in a while. I've been on and off sick, and I feel like I have been resetting and rebranding for the last 6 weeks straight, on and off. So I wanted today's video to be really chill, almost like a FaceTime vlog style video as I go through reflecting and goal setting and vision boarding for 2026. I am personally doing this a lot later than I usually do. As I sit here, it is December 29th, and this video is gonna probably hopefully go up tomorrow. And by the time you guys see this, it'll hopefully be December 30th and not later than that. But I usually have this video up like December 27th or 28th, and all of my personal goal setting, planning, vision boarding done like the week before Christmas, or at least like Boxing Day. Like, I finish everything Boxing Day at the latest. So the fact that I'm sitting here and it's literally the 29th, and the most I have done is a few weeks ago I started a board on Pinterest to start like pinning some visual ideas of some loose goals that I think I want to have for the new year and for my vision board is crazy to me. Just, I have literally not even thought about the new year really at all, just because the last 2 months have been so hard for me and I've honestly just been so overwhelmed, and 2025 was such a weird year. I don't know if you guys feel that. I've had some of the happiest, best moments of my life, and I've also had some of the like worst, hardest moments of my life as well. So the fact that that was all together in 1 year is just weird to me. I don't know. I'm ready to say goodbye to 2025 and start 2026 and start the new year, because 2025 was just a whole other beast, and I'm ready to let go of it and say goodbye. So if you're looking to kind of follow along with me on this video, you're gonna need a few things. Number one, I always recommend grabbing a physical journal. It doesn't have to be a new one. I am so bad, so brutal. I've literally used the same one since 2023. This one says 2023 in it, and that is going to be a goal and a resolution is mine, is to journal more. But I have used the same journal for the last, we're going on 3 years now. I always like to recommend a physical journal. I find that ideas and words just flow so much easier when you're putting physical pen to paper rather than putting it in a notes app or on some sort of digital representation. I love physical pen and paper for doing New Year's goals, reflections, whatever it might be. I find ideas and whatnot just flow a bit better when you put pen to paper. Another thing I recommend, but not needed because I will go through the prompts with you, I've been using the Artist of Life workbook by Lavender for the last, I think this will be my 3rd year using it, 2024 and 2025, and then 2026 will be my 3rd year. I love this planner so much. It is like a yearly goal, monthly breakdown, but also then weekly breakdown goal planner. It's got some yearly recaps, yearly overviews, monthly and then weekly breakdowns, like I just said. I love it, highly recommend it. I think it helps keep me on track for the new year, and if I actually used it fully, would be amazing. I normally get until like June and then I fall off of using it. So I'm gonna try and fully use it this year, number 3. And then the next thing you're going to want to grab is your laptop. Now, I like to make a digital vision board just because I know for me a physical one is just going to be visual clutter that's going to end up getting thrown out. I don't really have anywhere in my apartment that I would want it to go. So I like setting it as my phone and laptop screensaver and just having it on my devices, which I use honestly too much, but every single day because I work on my devices. So I see them all the time. So next thing you're gonna want to grab is a laptop, whether you're making a physical or a digital one, because you're gonna want to go to Pinterest and grab some pictures. We'll get into that in a little bit. But the first thing that I wanted to sit down and do today is do some 2025 reflections. Now, this is something that I'll probably continue to do over the next few days and the next week. I do like to take my time with my reflections. There's a few prompts that I use that I like to go through and just like sit down, sit through, think through, and really think about the past year in review, the good, the bad, the ugly, kind of like a little bit of everything. What I'm gonna start off with today is my 2025 brain dump, literally just like all of my thoughts on the year, start off there. And then I like to go through the Artist of Life workbook and do all of the prompts here. I'm gonna read a few of them out so that you have some ideas of some prompts that you can do as well. 2025 highlights and accomplishments to be proud of, 3 things that worked in 2025, 3 things that didn't work in 2025, some things that I learned, how did my life evolve, who made a difference in my life and why, what am I most grateful for from 2025, and all of the moments of pure joy I experienced. So those are a few of the reflections. Like I said, I like to take some time and go through this, but that is what I'm starting off. I'm gonna do a little 2025 brain dump. Like I said, 2025 was honestly a really weird year for me. One of the biggest things has happened to me so far in my life, which is I got married this year. It was probably the best day, the best moment of my life thus far, and it's crazy to think that like one of the best moments of my life has happened, but I've also experienced some of like my highest moments of anxiety and stress this year as well. I definitely have seen something like this in a saying where it's like you always experience the best, like the best things always come also with the worst things. And I think my hope and my plan for 2026 is just to experience more of the positive things and hopefully less of the negative things. And I know that you have to experience negative things in life to learn and to grow. But yeah, 2025 was such a weird year, but let's journal and do a little bit of reflecting. Now that I've had some reflections start to flow, we've got a little bit of 2025 recaps. Like I said, I definitely am going to take a few more days to do that. I'm not someone that sits down and like does all my reflections all at once, especially because I like to take my time and actually sit through, think, and soak through them. I like to start them off, get ideas flowing, and kind of when I come to a standstill or a stop, I'll set them aside and come back to them maybe later today or definitely tomorrow and over the next few days. So let's move on to some 2026 goal planning. Now, I am someone that used to be very, very goal oriented and like used to love setting goals, love checking them off, love completing things. I want to say definitely for the last year, but even maybe the last 2 years, the idea of setting goals have kind of just been that. I've just set them. I've not really actively worked towards them because the idea of doing that and of setting them in general has just been overwhelming to me. And I really want to try and change that in 2026. I think because I've been such a goal-oriented person and I've done it for so many years in a row and I've had the same routine and habit at New Year's for the last, like I want to say at least 6 years, like at least since 2020, that the idea of doing this every single year over and over again has been really overwhelming and honestly has burnt me out. And maybe it's because I've set like pretty big goals and I've barely looked at them over the course of the year, and then I end up not doing them or not being able to achieve them, and at the end of the year I am not happy with what I've done. And so I definitely have some goal setting fatigue and goal setting burnout, and I would love to say that I'm gonna set another 20 goals this year and accomplish all of them. But this year I really want to be realistic, tangible, and go back and reflect on my goals. I feel like maybe at the end of the month or at least at the end of the quarter, so that I feel like I'm making at least small but tangible progress towards each goal. I think this definitely stems from my anxiety and the feeling of not being enough, but the idea of setting goals and not being able to achieve them really scares me. And I don't know if any of you can relate to that as well, that New Year's for me for the last few years has been more anxiety inducing than anything, and I don't want it to feel that way this year, and I don't want it to feel that way this year. I want to set goals and I want to work towards things and I want to make progress and growth in my life, but I don't want it to feel so overwhelming, and I don't want it to feel that at the end of 2026 when I look back on those goals, maybe I've accomplished one or two things, but not feel bad and not feel that I'm not worthy or not enough for not having accomplished things that I set out to do. So this year, I'm gonna start with 10 goals. Maybe I'll increase it to 20 if I get through those 10 really quickly, but I'm gonna be super specific, make them smaller and tangible so that if I accomplish them and I achieve them, I can just set another goal to continue, because that's another thing that has overwhelmed me, is this idea of having to always achieve and accomplish more. I think that I've really been in a stage and a phase of life where I want to be able to sit and soak in my accomplishments. I don't want to have this feeling of always having to move forward and do the next thing and get to that next achievement and not even be able to appreciate what I've done or where I've come from, because I feel like in North America, in Canada, in the States particularly, there's this hustle culture that we don't even appreciate what we've done. We're consistently setting goals. We're always trying to hit the next benchmark, always trying to get to the next thing. And New Year's kind of pushes that on us so much that you have to always be setting new goals and something else for the new year. And for me, I'm gonna look back on all of my goals over the last few years, see what I haven't accomplished, see what maybe has stayed the same on my goal list for the last few years, and not write that goal again. I think that's gonna be an active choice for me this year, is that I know for sure that there's some goals on there that have been there for 3 or 4 years and I haven't achieved them. It's either making them more realistic and tangible to actually accomplish within 1 year. I'm gonna be making them more tangible to actually be able to accomplish in 1 year. And that's not to say that I don't want to dream big and achieve big things. That's not my point whatsoever at all for this. I definitely think that you should set big goals and set big things to achieve and to dream big. But if you're someone like me that has been feeling a lot of anxiety around New Year's and a lot of anxiety around goal setting, to be able to kind of get out of that negative mindset of what goal setting initially put me into, I feel like, yes, it's my anxiety, but big goal setting and not achieving those big goals has put me into kind of a negative mindset around goals. I am starting for myself small this year so that I can build a more positive relationship around goal setting again. Starting off with 10 goals, maybe increasing it to 20, but making them also SMART goals. So they need to be specific, measurable, actionable, have a timeline which is within the year, and then also be attainable. I'm also this year not going to share my specific goals, but share some of the overarching ideas and some of the different areas of life in which I'm setting goals. So some of those are financial related, business related, friends and family related, fitness related, work career growth related, and then lastly would be things that are more passion project related, whether it's like travel for me or like side projects. But those are kind of the areas that I'm going to be setting goals within. I'm going to do 1 to 2 in each of those areas to kind of have some well-rounded goals, but also if there's things that lie outside of those, that's okay as well. But hopefully those give you a few ideas. Now that we've chatted all through goal setting, your girl needs to sit down and write out her goals so that I can make my vision board based on those goals. Because as much as I love a pretty mood board like everyone else, if you want to have a year where you complete everything on your vision board, your goals need to be reflected on your vision board. So the two kind of go hand in hand. Like I said, I love a pretty mood board like everyone else, and if you want to make just like a pretty mood board, that's cool too. But for me, I, for the last 2 years, have put my specific goals into my vision board so that at the end of the year, my vision board actually works. It's because I'm seeing those goals that I made in my vision board. So let's go make my goals. Goals have been written. It is time for your favorite part and my favorite part, everybody's favorite part, making my actual vision board. Now, I think by now everyone kind of knows how to make a vision board. There's a few different methods, but in case you don't, I'm still going to walk you through the steps, because what would a New Year's vision board video be without actually telling you how to make your vision board? Number one, you're going to either want to open up PowerPoint, Keynotes, Canva, some sort of PowerPoint collage app. You want to open that up. Personally, I always do Keynote. I know that's so old-fashioned of me, but I have used the same Keynote and I have all of my vision boards in the same Keynote, and I just add a page every single year. To me, it's so comforting to see that. Now, if I didn't do that, Canva would be my second favorite place to go to. I am a Canva fanatic. I live, love, die for Canva, and it's so user-friendly. Keynote is great if you're trying to make kind of a mishmash of photos all together. It's super easy to copy and paste from Pinterest, but Canva, if you're looking for more of a clean cut kind of aesthetic, photos aren't overlapping style vision board, I would definitely suggest to go to Canva instead. You're also going to want to go open up Pinterest. Maybe you've already started to create a board, but I always create a board for the year. I save all of the photos for my vision board to this board, and then I just copy and paste them and play around with the layout and settings. I then export it as an image, and then finally set it as my desktop screensaver, my phone screensaver. Honestly, I could print it out and put it in a picture frame if I wanted to as well, but your girl's probably not going to do that. So, but that is an idea and an option you could do as well. But let's do this.
You prey on my weakness, satisfying you while I keep bleeding. I don't know why you act like you innocent. You wanna take a piece of my heart again. I get you up, 'cause I just don't want you. Something in your eyes, the way you stare me that I like. I wanna let you go, but it's like something holds me tight. You might break my heart tonight, but I'm gonna hold it tight. Oh, it feels like yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow, yellow, yellow. You have to let me go. Yellow, yellow. It hurts like yellow. We tried too many times. You're misbehaving. You must not know me. You make me crazy.
Here we have my 2026 vision board and screensaver. I'm honestly really happy with how it turned out. I feel like this is the most colorful one I've done in a while. It's very bold, vibrant. Honestly, how I want to live life in 2026. But I hope you guys enjoyed this very, very chatty goals, make my vision board with me, goal setting and reflecting on 2026, and overall just kind of little bit of life chats and how I've been doing recently. But I can't wait to see what the new year holds for me. Thank you so much for being here with me on this journey. I can't believe that 2026 marks 10 years of being on YouTube for me, which is literally insane that we're coming up on that, and I would not be here without all of you. So thank you guys so much for supporting me, for loving my content, and just for watching my videos, and for being here with me on this journey, because I truly would not be here without you guys. So here's to 2026. Here's to a new year filled with more memories, more happiness, and more amazing things to come. So I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you in the next video and in the new year. Bye!